Welcome to the 20 pound, 6 week, insanely simple fat loss formula. In this video, I'm going to show you the 8 most important fat loss habits to follow, how you can start using them before the video is over, and show you how it can help you lose 20 pounds in the next 6 weeks without ever gaining a pound back. In the last video, I walked you through each step of my 7-step reshaping formula that teaches you how to burn fat as energy 24 hours a day using all the necessary components to lose weight, not just one of them, like all these other programs do. They teach one aspect, maybe it's just exercise or maybe it's just nutrition, but they don't include every aspect that's important to have. If you haven't seen the first 2 videos from this new video series, stop this video right now. I want you to go back. I want you to watch those first 2 videos before you move on with video number 3. In this video, I have a couple of promises to deliver on. Because I promised I would answer all your biggest questions, I knew by revealing the 7-step reshaping formula for the first time, it would lead to lots and lots of questions. So first of all, thank you all for your emails, your messages, every single one of your comments. I truly do appreciate them all. I've been overwhelmed by your positive feedback and excitement. I'm ready to deliver to you now some more amazing content in this video, all in preparation for the main event, just a few days away from now, when I will begin enrollment for the 20 pound 6-week Body Fat Challenge coaching program. So now let's jump right into answering your most pressing questions. One of the most common questions I have been receiving about the formula and about losing weight so far is, how is it really possible to lose 20 pounds in just 6 weeks, and why is this different? Great question. First off, I want to let you know that I did go over the entire 7-step process and how it was created in both videos 1 and 2. So if you've not seen that yet, please go back and watch videos 1 and 2. Over the last 12 years, I have been studying fat loss and helping clients losing weight in the field of nutrition and exercise every single day. I have found so many people lose weight and fail to keep it off over the years, and I figured out what was missing. There was missing pieces of the puzzle, a step, a very important step that was so needed for permanent change in the body, in the mind, and fat loss.
The next step is nutrition, right? Nutrition is going to make a huge impact. I mean, forget the workout. I work with tons of people, tons of clients just on nutrition. And I've shrunk their body, shrunk their entire being, and they have done nothing but change nutrition. But I can't do that with exercise. So basically, if someone wants to lose 20 pounds, I can't just say, follow this workout and you're going to lose 20 pounds, right? It just doesn't happen. You can't. It's only with nutrition that you can do that.
And that was how the 7-step reshaping formula was created. It goes against all the opposite diet methods out there and really teaches the exact opposite method of losing weight quickly, which is exactly why it works. And it has a focus on habits and real-life behavior changes, not just following some temporary meal plan that you will eventually stop following.
Take advantage of a thermogenic effect of food. So there's a law, there's a law in terms of macronutrients that says, not every calorie is created equal. So for every 1 gram I have of protein, your body burns 25 calories, right? For every carbohydrates, I burn 4 calories, and I burn about 10% of that food by eating it. Now, fat is actually interesting because you actually you burn very little. You burn like 5%. But what's really interesting about fat is that it yields 9 calories per gram. So by eating like peanut butter, again, which is not bad for you, just know that you get more calories in faster because it yields 9 calories per gram. Just know that. So not every calorie is created equal. And what I want you to do pretty much is focus on increasing that thermogenic effect of food. Again, by eating protein, you burn 25% of it just by eating the protein. Yes, just by eating it. So that means if I have a 100-calorie chicken breast, I'm going to burn 25 calories just by taking it into the body. So that means I'm going to what? Increase my metabolism. The last step, the last most important one is
But I do understand that you might be skeptical. So were many others just like you that took the 6-week challenge.
First, it says that you can lose up to 20 pounds in 6 weeks with this program. And I'm going to be honest, I was skeptical in the beginning because you were online and I didn't know you. So who wouldn't be? But I took the leap and I did the entire thing, and I ended up losing 23 pounds before my wedding. Oh yeah. So it works. I definitely recommend it, and Patrick's coaching during it was a big help. Thanks, Patrick.
In the first week of the 20-pound 6-week challenge, she followed these fat loss habits to help her lose weight.
Remove inflammation, number one. I have tested this over and over again, where I put on a program, right? We start working on habits and stuff like that, and put people on specified meal plans, for example, that are going to help them and lose weight. And this is years ago, before I really started working on just inflammation first. But basically what I found was that if you didn't remove inflammation first, if you didn't remove the gut inflammation and eat the foods that are going to remove that inflammation, right, and go on an anti-inflammatory diet, if I didn't do that first, I'm really like getting 50% less fat loss, but specific fat loss out of the gut, out of the belly, that I normally could. So I'm gonna say that again. If you don't remove inflammation first, you're really losing out, because you're gonna have a more higher chance of removing the real fat you want to remove. And I've seen more weight loss, long and short term, by removing that inflammation. So I know I'm saying this a bunch, but I want you to really get that. Now, this isn't like an induction phase where like the first 14 days I'm removing carbs, because you can have carbohydrates inside of when you're removing inflammation. Again, it's removing the foods that do trigger inflammation. So what are they? Let's just jump into it. Dairy, sugar, and processed food. That's really it. I mean, there's more that have a slight impact on inflammation, but the biggest ones I found for women and for men is dairy, especially women. I mean, I've just got rid of dairy with some clients in a 7-day period of time. You know, the dramatic impact. So one of my clients came to me and she said she was bloated, and I said to her, you know, what are you eating, blah, blah, blah. And she said she's got all this dairy in her diet. And, you know, I said, get rid of the dairy. And in 7 days, she dropped like 7 pounds. And it was, you know, and that wasn't the goal. It wasn't like a 7-pound, 7-day diet. That wasn't the goal. The goal was to remove that inflammation. Okay, so think of it that way, removing those foods.
And here's another big question a lot of you are asking. Can I lose more weight with this system, not just during the first 6 weeks? What if I want to lose 50 pounds, 40 pounds, 60 pounds? Absolutely. A lot of people that use the 7-step reshaping formula apply it for the rest of their lives. Once you finish after 6 weeks, you have the blueprint to know exactly what you need to do and how to continue on your own, without it being a meal plan, without it being just a diet plan, but there's a whole blueprint to follow from A to Z that you can use forever. But the most important part is that you're going to get the exact plans inside the formula to stay lean and teach you how to get lean and be healthy forever.
I mean, it's crazy when you think about it. The processed food just has so much chemicals inside of it, and when you just stop eating the chemicals, stop the Diet Cokes, you stop all that stuff, it's going to cause your gut to just inflame and the belly to hang out and the pooch to stay there. And those are the areas I know that possibly you want to work on. Then we got to get rid of that processed food. And that's a big thing. And obviously sugar. Sugar is the most toxic thing in the world. I mean, it's proven that it's on this higher level of dopamine, that basically you get a high just as if you were, you know, I'm going to say this, you had injecting heroin. I mean, there's the same dopamine effect, and we don't even know it, okay? And it's crazy because, you know, even you know, things like I said in video number 1, orange juice, you know, terrible for you in terms of sugar intake. I mean, it's just like having a Coke. You might as well have a Coke because it's the same amount of sugar for 12 ounces. So just be aware of that these are the biggest impacts. That if we can remove inflammation, if you can start right now, you're going to see you know, a few pounds of weight loss right away and continuously.
One of the really cool things that I teach inside the formula is the 90% rule, where you never have to be perfect all the time, because there's not such thing as perfection. Because that just sets you up to fail if you had to be perfect all the time. Like most diet programs do, you have to follow this plan, you have to eat this and only this. I mean, that's how they're all set up. What if there was another way? What if there's another way to get lean, to stay lean, get there, to lose the weight using something called the 90% rule, and having a solution to finally stop yo-yo dieting forever? Well, I'm going to tell you exactly how to do it, how to apply it. So take a look how to apply it right now.
The 10% rule. Yeah, probably wondering, what is this 10% rule? Well, it's really simple. Basically, you know, you can mess up 10% of the time with your diet, okay? So let's say, you know, I have all these habits in place, nutrition habits I've got, you know, maybe it's stop eating carbs after this time, or maybe it's, you know, no fruit, or whatever habits you put in place. Put them down, chart them on paper, and you can mess up 90% of the time, you know? So think about it this way. if you have 35 meals a week, 10% of those meals don't have to follow along into these categories here. Again, that gives you that freedom to live in a way that is balanced and not stressing about, I messed up and I got off track, because it really puts you in a really negative state if you try to have to always be 100% perfect every day. So aim for 90%, and it's going to do a great thing for you, for your mindset, and get you on track at all times.
The next big question actually is the most common question that I get. Patrick, I've tried so many diets before in the past, and I've been going up and down in my weight for years, but never have been able to stay at my ideal weight. There are most likely a couple reasons that you may not be getting the results that you wanted right now or in the past. You were told to do all the wrong things. I'm sorry to be the one to give you the bad news, but if you did anything on this list to rely just on weight loss, it's probably the reason that you are where you are right now. Doing any cardio to lose weight, going to any diet center, or following a calorie-restricted diet plan of any sort. Eating a packaged foods or processed foods of any type as well. Removing carbs to lose weight. Exercising more than 3 hours at the gym. And yes, that's 3 hours per week. If you're working out more than 3 hours and you're not losing any weight, there is a problem. It's not going to work. It's not working. And relying on cycling, group fitness classes, or any kind of classes to lose weight. And if you're trying to skip meals and eat less to weigh less, it's not working either, and it's not going to work. Something in your plan, in the 7-step formula, is missing, and you're not doing one of these aspects here that are crucially important for long-term permanent weight loss and losing 20 pounds in the next 6 weeks. You're not being held accountable by anybody, or nobody knows that you're doing anything. Your mindset is not in the right place. You're not setting goals and following them. You're not committed to truly changing your habits, not just following a meal plan, but I'm talking about changing the actual habits, the behaviors that need to happen to make the goals happen. You're probably not following the right nutrition plan that is important for you as an individual for your metabolic needs. Maybe you're not working out right now using what's called MRT training and HIIT training, which I talked about in video number 2. You might not be stabilizing your blood sugar at all, which means that you can't burn fat at all. You're only burning carbohydrates.
Stabilize blood sugar. So this is really important, all right? And how this will happen if I stabilize the blood sugar? Well, let me go back. Stabilize the blood sugar is simple. By the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, you're eating, okay? Because if you're awake in waking hours, you're burning calories. And your body requires a certain amount of calories per day just to maintain its weight. Now, if you go below a certain threshold and eat too much less, you're going to find yourself storing fat. So what I want you to do is stabilize blood sugar, and that way you can burn fat 24 hours a day. Literally, you can, because if you don't eat a meal, you store fat. You teach your body to store more fat, especially if you do it more than a week. Okay, you do not want that to happen. So eat frequently, okay, and fire that metabolism with that blood sugar. So I would do every 2 to 3 hours. That's really, really important to stabilize blood sugar, all right? And have it as protein. Protein. Have that in every meal. Now let's jump into number 5, which is...
You might not be tracking any of your progress, and you can't get better at something if you don't track. One of the questions most of you asked me was, Patrick, this 20-pound 6-week formula looks really great in the upcoming challenge, but what if I don't have 20 pounds to lose? In other words, is this for me if I weigh less than 20 pounds, if I weigh 15 pounds, 10 pounds, 5 pounds, is this for me as well? What if I just want to get toned? The truth is, I had many worry about this exact same thing when they got started that just wanted to lose a few pounds, and they just wanted to tone their body. They wanted to tone their arms, their legs, they wanted to get rid of some fat in certain areas, and not just specifically lose, only 20 pounds. The reason it works is because the challenge is focused on habit-based goal changes. It's not some templated plan that says, if you're just losing 20 pounds only, you can only do this program. It will absolutely work for you. See, when you start setting your goals for the first 6 weeks, they're going to be a little bit different than someone that might want to lose 20 pounds or 30 pounds. Therefore, your goal setting plan, your nutrition plan, and workout actions will be different as well. And I'm going to make sure I help you through that so you know exactly what to do to more tone arms and the back and whatever muscles that you want to work on. And to be honest, I was blown away in the last challenge by some of the phenomenal results that some of the women and some of the men that came in the program, they just wanted to lose some pounds and tone their body. So go ahead and take a look for yourself.
I wanted to say thank you to Patrick for helping me lose 21 pounds this summer with his 6-week program. I told him that I thought I was too busy to work out, and I just wanted to get rid of my stomach pooch that even my kids were starting to notice. I didn't think I had enough time to dedicate to this at all. He gave me things to do at home, workouts to do at home that gave me results. I was so shocked because I was spending like 10 or 20 minutes and it was actually working. It was working for me.
And as you can see, Joanna just wanted to tone her stomach. She wanted to get rid of her stomach pooch. I mean, it was hanging out, and she totally did. And she toned up her body, her muscles. But I tell you what, in the beginning, she almost didn't do it because she said she was too busy with the kids. But you know what? When she took action, she finally decided to make the leap into it, and she got in shape, and she never looked back since. I also saw the power of having a system like the 7-step reshaping formula. You know, it just wasn't follow this meal plan or follow this diet. It was about, here's a system you can follow anytime that you need to get back on track. It's designed that way for now and forever for the rest of your life. And here's one of the habits that Joanna used to get lean.
And the processed foods.
And here's the last big question. Patrick, I'm not motivated right now. Well, let me clear this one up. I've never studied the science behind motivation or anything like that. And the list goes on and on. Listen, here's the honest truth. Here it is. Here's problem number 1. The crappy diets, the cleanses, diet centers, you know, they all focus on quick, temporary weight loss. And they don't teach you how to get to your weight and maintain it with real food. But I tell you what, the fix is pretty easy. It's pretty fixable. I'm telling you right now. Do you know how? Just stop doing them. But the next problem is even bigger. Losing weight permanently without ever gaining a single pound ever again for the rest of your life. Well, first of all, it's just not an easy fix. And the next diet book in the bookstore, the magazine, the online article, the diet center, you know, they can teach you all these things, these quick fix strategies that you may get some results from to drop weight fast. But if you don't have your basic nutrition habits and behaviors in check first to lose weight and keep it off, you're dead in the water. And you're going to continue to yo-yo diet and be up and down in weight, and there's nothing you can do about it.
So what Patrick taught me is that diets don't work. I've been trying for forever. You need to fix your habits, not deal with fad diets. So I did the 6-week body fat challenge, and in the first 6 weeks, I lost 21 pounds, and in the following 2 weeks since then, I've lost another 6. So I think it's the best program. I really want to thank you, Patrick, for bringing it to me, and I think that everybody should give it a shot.
Until now. It's been a personal mission of mine to finally solve the problem, to be able to get someone away from losing weight and gaining it back, the yo-yo effect, to just losing weight and teaching them how to stay lean forever. Not just getting them lean, but teaching them to get lean on their own. And yes, all of it may be hard work. Even if it requires focusing your goals every single day and taking time away from other things. And maybe right now you're not even sure if it's a reality. And that is exactly why inside the 20-pound 6-week body fat challenge, I'm not just going to give you this formula or a meal plan to follow. I'm going to be giving you step-by-step instructions each and every day of exactly what to do, when to do it, and exactly how to do it in a way that you've never seen before. So as long as you're ready and willing to take your results to the next level and do something that is really proven to work, the chances are pretty high, at pretty much 100%, that you're going to be able to finally get back on track and never have to worry about your weight anymore. Here is another fat loss habit you'll learn inside the 20-pound 6-week challenge that you can apply right now.
Getting your macros right. And now it's not about counting calories. And it's really not. And I don't want you to count calories because it just doesn't work. I mean, I've never seen anyone long-term has counted calories and had success with that, and it's been more of like an obsession. It becomes more of like a habit, and you know, this is all got to be simple and stress-free, right? So to lose that weight quickly and efficiently and fast, we got to get a handle on the macros and really get the essential nutrients in the body. And what I mean by that is we got to have essential vitamins and nutrients and micronutrients. So I'm talking about getting your essential fatty acids in there by having 3 grams a day of fish oil. It's really, really important. Now, I do recommend krill oil. I've been taking it for years and I highly recommend it. It has the fastest absorbing fish. And instant things you can see is just increase in energy. You can see your skin glow. There's a faster cellular repair of damage if you work out a lot, and you can see more repair faster and better bodily function. And I'm going to make it really simple for you. Okay, focus every meal and just focus on 3 meals right now. Okay, in this step 2 here in the fat loss rule, and have every meal with protein and fat. Okay, and a carbohydrate, but make sure your carbohydrate comes from a non-starchy carb. Yes, I'm going to say that again, a non-starchy carbohydrate. Now, I'm talking about the carbohydrates that we can have that are going to be filled with nutrients, that are green-based. So we're talking about anything that has like broccoli, anything green-based, green beans. There's a huge list of things that you can choose from, and that I know you know as well, that are green-based. You should have 3 meals in the day. So make those your staple meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner, with greens, protein, and fat. Okay, really, really important. Okay, next one, eat whole foods only. It's amazing how, if you shop in the middle of a supermarket, you find that everything inside of it, if you look at the label, it's processed, right? And everything around the perimeter of the supermarket is has no ingredients in it except one. I mean, everything. If you think about it, meat is one ingredient, fruit is one ingredient. If you think about, everything around it, the perimeter, it's one ingredient. So shop around the perimeter. That's what I want you to focus on. And eat whole foods only, foods that are going to give you the most abundance energy possible, and do it, because it's going to make a big difference. Stabilize blood sugar. So this is really important, all right? And how this will happen if I stabilize the blood sugar? Well, let me go back. Stabilizing blood sugar is simple. By the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, you're eating, okay? Because if you're awake in waking hours, you're burning calories. And your body requires a certain amount of calories per day just to maintain its weight. Now, if you go below a certain threshold and eat too much less, you're going to find yourself storing fat. So what I want you to do is stabilize blood sugar, and that way you can burn fat 24 hours a day. Literally, you can. Because if you don't eat a meal, you store fat. You teach your body to store more fat, especially if you do it more than a week. Okay, you do not want that to happen. So eat frequently, okay, and fire that metabolism with that blood sugar. So I would do every 2 to 3 hours. That's really, really important to stabilize blood sugar, all right? And have it as protein. Protein. Have that in every meal. Now let's jump into number 5, which is a really common thing that people don't know about. But it's a very common thing that people think, oh, reduce carbs completely. No, don't reduce carbs completely. To teach your body to burn 2 to 4 pounds a week, it's important to actually rotate carbohydrates after you've done some type of inflammation removal. It's really simple. Every 3rd day, put back in your starchy carbs, your healthy starchy carbs. Because what will happen is if you just remove carbohydrates, lower carbohydrates too long, you'll create something called metabolic syndrome, where your body will eventually store fat. And I see it often too much with all these diets that become too prolonged and too low carbs, right? So by rotating carbohydrates and having an influx of carbohydrates by that 3rd or 4th day, you're actually going to increase your metabolism, because you're putting the carbohydrates back into the body to utilize and burn as energy. And it's kind of like tricking the body, tricking the metabolism. I'm sure you've heard that before. So I encourage you to try that and put it in there, and don't be shy. Eat almost double the amount of carbohydrates that you normally would, and you're going to see your body actually lose weight the next day. And I've seen it time and time again where clients have lost weight by taking out their carbohydrates and only having non-starchy, putting it back in every 3 to 4 days or even once a week, and their bodies just shift weight completely. Take advantage of the thermogenic effect of food. So there's a law, there's a law in terms of macronutrients that says, not every calorie is created equal. So for every 1 gram I have of protein, your body burns 25 calories, right? For carbohydrates, I burn 4 calories. It's 4 calories, and I burn about 10% of that food by eating it. Now, fat is actually interesting because you actually, you burn very little. You burn like 5%. But what's really interesting about fat is that it yields 9 calories per gram. So by eating like peanut butter, again, which is not bad for you, just know that you get more calories in faster because it yields 9 calories per gram. Just know that. So not every calorie is created equal. And what I want you to do pretty much is focus on increasing that thermogenic effect of food. Again, by eating protein, you burn 25% of it just by eating the protein. Yes, just by eating it. So that means if I have a 100-calorie chicken breast, I'm going to burn 25 calories just by taking it into the body. So that means I'm going to what? Yeah, increase my metabolism. The last step, the last most important one is the 10% rule. Yeah, probably wondering, what is this 10% rule? Well, it's really simple. Basically, you can mess up 10% of the time with your diet, okay? So let's say, I have all these habits in place, nutrition habits I've got, maybe it's stop eating carbs after this time, or maybe it's, no fruit, or whatever habits you put in place. Put them down, chart them on paper, and you can mess up 90% of the time, So think about it this way. If you have 35 meals a week, 10% of those meals don't have to follow along into these categories here. Again, that gives you that freedom to live in a way that is balanced and not stressing about I messed up and I got off track, because it really puts you in a really negative state if you try to have to always be 100% perfect every day. So aim for 90%, and it's going to do a great thing for you, for your mindset, and get you on track at all times.
Hi, my name is Mark. I run a restaurant in San Francisco, California. I work probably anywhere from 50 to 70 hours per week. I started gaining a lot of weight when I got married. I gained about 67 pounds. So I knew something had to change because I didn't want to be that overweight dad that was never there for his kids. So I joined Patrick's 20-pound 6-week program, and I really gave it my all. Patrick told me what to do, so I just followed the 10-minute workouts and the nutrition plan. It really didn't take that much of a commitment, so honestly, I was all in. And here's the crazy thing, I lost 29 pounds in the first 6 weeks. I'm kind of freaking out on how easy it was just doing the things I was supposed to do. So Patrick, you are the best out there. Thank you so much. Make sure you get into his coaching program.
I've been getting a bunch of different questions about the 20-pound 6-week challenge coming up. And I would say to you, if you're struggling to lose weight right now, and if you need something to get you back on track, and you're ready to take the challenge and lose 20 pounds in the next 6 weeks, we will be opening up enrollment in just a few days. And when you enroll, I will personally be working with you to literally handhold you throughout the entire process, step by step. To start off, you're going to get access to the brand new 6-week challenge accountability group. This is going to be one of the biggest keys to your success during the challenge. You're going to get to chat with me pretty intensively every single week in a live phone coaching session so I can answer your most pressing questions and keep you on track. And on that session on the phone, I'm going to keep you accountable. Don't worry, because you're going to have access to me every single day, and we're going to have a daily group check-in where basically you're going to check in every single day inside the group to make sure that you're getting progress and you're moving forward toward your goals. That way, no matter what, you are on track. Of course, you'll get access to the done-for-you habit-based fat-burning nutrition plans and the workout plans and tons of other cool stuff and a lot of amazing bonuses as well. And I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do each day of the challenge. Listen, I want to help you lose 20 pounds in the next 6 weeks, safely without slowing down your metabolism, but actually speeding it up. And heck, if you have just 5 or 10 pounds to lose, or just want to remove the belly fat, whatever it might be, or you just want to tone up, I want to help you too. What I really want to tell you is that you're ready. I can tell you without a doubt, you are more qualified now than I was back in 2009. So whether or not you decide to join the 20-pound 6-week Ultimate Body Fat Challenge, my only request for you is that you just start. Get moving. Start taking action. Do something. Don't just watch these videos and hope something happens. I really truly want you to do something about it. Take one habit, take one thing, and move forward with it as soon as possible. And if you think that working with me can help you even more, I would love to be part of that journey with you. I can't wait to show you everything we have coming inside the amazing coaching program in video number 4. But before you go, make sure you leave a comment below. When you get out of this video, just comment below. What I'd love for you to do is tell me what your goals are for the whole 6 weeks. I mean, what do you want to have accomplished by the end of 6 weeks? Do you want to have more energy all day long? Do you want to lose 15 pounds, 30 pounds, 20 pounds? Do you want to tone your arms, your legs, your back? Please comment now, let me know what it is, and I'll definitely make sure I reply back to you. And I want you to watch these amazing success stories from so many people that are just like you, who also took the 20-pound 6-week challenge, and all they did was take action and got started.
I just wanted to get rid of my stomach pooch that even my kids were starting to notice.
I had lost 15 pounds before Patrick's program.
And I'm gonna be honest, I was skeptical in the beginning because you were online and I didn't know you, so who wouldn't be?
And I ended up kind of plateauing and got stuck.
Struggled initially because I didn't think I could afford it.
I had 2 months before my wedding and I really just wanted to lose 20 pounds.
Nothing really worked for me. I couldn't find anything that would really work for me.
I started gaining a lot of weight when I got married. I gained about 67 pounds.
I told him that I thought I was too busy to work out.
I was unsure if it would work.
I almost didn't do it. I thought I would just gain the weight back again.
I mean, how can anyone promise 20 pounds in 6 weeks without dieting and cardio?
But I was definitely wrong.
I did the 6-week body fat challenge, and in the first 6 weeks, I lost 21 pounds.
I lost 29 pounds in the first 6 weeks. I'm kind of freaking out on how easy it was.
And in the following 2 weeks since then, I've lost another 6.
A total of 23 pounds.
It says that 20 pounds in 6 weeks is what the target is, and that's exactly what happened for me.
It dropped 4 pant sizes.
Lost 23 pounds with it.
Lose 21 pounds.
7 months later, I am still 25 pounds down.
Dropped 24 pounds in the 6 weeks.
And I ended up losing 23 pounds before my wedding.
Actually ended up dropping down to 5%, almost ridiculous.
And lost exactly 20 pounds.
I lost 20 pounds.
I lost 17 pounds.
I lost 27 pounds.
I had really lost 21 pounds.
You made me feel beautiful on my wedding day.
And it worked. I mean, it just worked like a charm.
Back down to my healthy weight of 185 like my doctor wanted.
Yep, the food plan and the workouts worked.
It gave me the kickstart I needed to really start getting back on track on my own.
Now my abs are finally showing.
And I have tons and tons more energy.
I was so shocked because I was spending like 10 or 20 minutes and it was actually working. It was working for me.
Guys, get into his 6-week challenge. That's what I can say to anybody who might be watching this video.
You need to take the challenge. It's worth the money.
Whatever it takes, you have to do this program. It will change your life.
So Patrick, you are the best out there. Thank you so much. Make sure you get into his coaching program.
It's definitely worth the money.
And I would recommend this to anyone that wants to lose weight that's watching this.
I would highly recommend it to anyone out there watching this video. You need to jump on this and do it right now.
So it works. I definitely recommend it, and Patrick's coaching during it was a big help.
It does really work.
Give my highest recommendation to Patrick Jones. You really need to try this program. It's really worth it.
I think it's the best program. I really want to thank you, Patrick, for bringing it to me, and I think that everybody should give it a shot.